Imagine being a martial god who can wipe out 100,000 soldiers with a single punch, only to be dragged into a dark abyss by your own subordinate. But when a magical system window tries to force him into a game, he doesn't just join the quest, he literally smashes the screen and prepares to humble a legendary dragon. Before we see this Fist King turn a high-level boss into a snack, make sure to subscribe if you want to reach S-rank status with us. Let's get right into it. It was an era of war, blood, and bad hygiene, a place called the Mu Rim territory, where might made right, and if you weren't strong, you were dead. Enter our main man, walking barefoot through the flames like he'd just forgot his shoes at a pool party. This is the Fist King, Asura, a dude so terrifying he brought the entire world to its knees just by flexing. He strolls right up to an opposing army, and their general, sitting high on his horse, just shakes his head asking why Asura came all this way to throw his life away. He thinks he's got the advantage because he brought backup. The general starts bragging, claiming that even the great Fist King can't stop an army of 100,000 soldiers alone. But Asura looks back with this look of absolute disgust, basically asking, 100,000? What do those pathetic numbers have to do with me? He mocks them, saying the reason they'll never beat him is because they're too busy playing math games instead of getting good. The general, realizing he's being roasted in front of his troops, snaps. He screams about Asura's arrogance and orders his men to take his head. Big mistake, because even though Asura didn't bring a weapon, he is the weapon. Bam! It wasn't even a fight, it was a cleanup crew. Asura's fist glows with energy as he starts sending soldiers into the stratosphere. He tears through the battlefield, leaving shockwaves and craters in his wake, absolutely demolishing everything in his path. The masters, the generals, the random mobs, they all drop like flies. Eventually, standing atop a mountain of skills and fire, he does the impossible. He unifies the world under the heavens. Welcome to Asura Kingdom Year 1. Mission accomplished, roll credits. Nope, not yet. Flash forward to the capital city, Manhwa. We see Asura sitting on his throne looking bored out of his mind while his subordinates bow and scrape. A woman named Manwha steps up, laying the flattery on thick, talking about how he's the martial god and there's nothing to fear. Asura cuts her off, demanding she get to the point. Manwha smiles, dropping the "for someone of your prestige" line and unveils a glowing, weirdly suspicious vessel. She claims it's a secret manual that contains power only he can handle. Rule number 1 of leadership, folks: never trust the subordinate handing you a glowing red orb. Asura, apparently not reading the room, reaches out and, surprise, surprise, the orb explodes into red liquid chains that wrap him up tight. Manwha drops the act instantly, announcing that his tyranny ends today and she's taking over. She starts monologuing about the infinite abyss and how it's useless to struggle, but Asura just stares at her, flexes, and crack, he shatters the chains like they're made of glass. He looks her dead in the eye and asks, "Have you forgotten who I am? I am the mandate of heaven. I am disruption." Manwha realizes she messed up big time and starts screaming at her minions to open the barrier. Suddenly, a massive spectral red hand shoots up from the ground, grabbing Asura like a stress ball. Despite his power, this thing is serious business. It drags him down into the darkness as he lets out one final enraged scream, and a massive pillar of energy erupts from the pit. Silence falls, the dust settles, and the soldiers immediately switch teams, bowing to Manwha and hailing her as the new queen. Typical minions, zero loyalty. So the narration tells us the Fist King's life came to a hollow end, or did it? Suddenly, a blue system window pops up in the darkness with a cheerful ding, asking if he wants to join as a player. Before the prompt can even finish glitching out and telling him to hurry up, a fist smashes right through the digital screen. We cut to a young guy named Yuta looking confused, asking, "What was that just now?" He doesn't get a second to think because a tiny fairy floats over, sensing ominous energy just as a massive red dragon swoops down for a snack. Yuta reacts on instinct, blocking the dragon's claws with his sword, but the beast is already charging up a fiery nuke.
A system window warns that Inferno Breath is charging, 2 seconds to roast time. The dragon unleashes a massive beam of fire, doing thousands of damage, but Yuta isn't flinching. His skill, Climber's Strategy, analyzes the attack in real time, boosting his fire resistance by 150%. He tanks the blast, charges through the flames, and activates a skill called Heavenly Judgment. A massive pillar of holy light impales the dragon, making it scream in agony. Looks like the tutorial just got broken.
And just like that, the 998th floor boss, the Inferno Balrog, is turned into glorified campfire ashes. The system pings with a quest complete, and our boy Kim Yuta wipes the sweat from his brow. His little hype man Nova is absolutely buzzing, pointing upward and celebrating that there's only one floor left before they can go home to their families. Yuta agrees, trying to keep the vibes high, but inside, he's freaking out. It's been 3 years of climbing this tower, slashing and dashing, but now that he's at the finish line, his gut is screaming that something is wrong. He stands before the massive doors of the final room, staring into the void. He gives himself a classic protagonist pep talk, basically slopping his own cheeks and telling himself to get a grip. He thinks, there's no monster in existence that can surpass my maxed out stats. Famous last words, buddy. He shoves the doors open, struts into the light, and freezes because waiting for him isn't a 3-headed Hydra or a demon lord. It's just a shirtless, angry dude standing there with the energy of a nuclear reactor. Yuta and Nova are confused. Nova actually has the guts to call Asura a gorilla and asks what this old man is doing here. Asura, meanwhile, looks around and realizes that Witch Mowal probably teleported him here. But Yuta's gamer brain immediately kicks in. He decides that since the old man can talk, he must be an intelligent monster type. And you know the rule, don't let the enemy monologue. Yuta draws his sword, screaming that he's ending this immediately, and unleashes Heavenly Judgment right off the bat. A massive beam of holy light comes crashing down, and Asura catches it with his bare hand. He literally grabs the ultimate move like he's catching a frisbee and looks bored. Yuta is hyperventilating. His strongest attack just got stopped by a guy who isn't even holding a weapon. Yuta frantically activates his Climber's Strategy skill to analyze the weakness, but the system starts having a meltdown. Error, error. Success probability drops to 0.43%. That's a 0, folks. Asura glares through the fire, realizing this kid isn't even worth the calories it would take to throw a punch. He casually drops the energy sword and asks Yuta for directions, but Yuta, poor tragic Yuta, interprets this as a game mechanic. He starts laughing, thinking, oh, I get it, it's a damage immunity gimmick. I have to prove my value to unlock the boss fight phase. LOL. He's completely misreading the room. Determined to break the gimmick, Yuta activates his unique skill, the Chosen Hero. He glows gold, lightning everywhere, and proudly shoves his status window in Asura's face, showing off his level 99 and his maxed out 999 stats. He's practically shouting, look at my numbers, I am mathematically perfect. This turns out to be the worst possible thing he could have done. Asura looks at the blue floating window, hears the word numbers, and his eyes go crimson. The Fist King absolutely despises this digital nonsense. He decides it's time for some aggressive education. He growls that Yuta's mindset is rotten, and he's going to fix it from the ground up. Asura winds up and throws a punch, not just at Yuta, but at the concept of the game itself. Bam! His fist smashes through the status window, shattering the digital interface into a million glitches. Yuta screams as the system critically fails, red error boxes filling the room as reality destabilizes. Asura stands over the broken boy, lecturing him that true strength can't be measured by digits. The numbers game is over. Yuta looks up from the floor, beaten, crying, and yep, his status now reads Kim Yuta, level 1. Talk about a hard reset.